just talking about John Cena and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
You are John Cena now. You're 17-0.
For real, dog.
That's crazy. How does that feel?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's fun, man. You know what I mean? Trying to do something positive. You know what I mean? I've been doing it my whole life, so it's kind of second nature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other than that, man, it's a blessing.
How old were you when you started? Like, maybe even not even doing it full time, but just like.
I started when I walked into a gym when I was probably about 7.5 years old.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah. Yep. And I had my first amateur fight when I was 8.
Holy
When I was
shit.
8 years old. Yep. And matter of fact, it was when Larry Downs owned the big gym right there off Gulf Beach Outlet.
Oh, on the curve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yep.
Wow.
My dad did Larry's roof. You know, Larry used to live right there in that little house.
Yeah.
It used to be a tanning spot and stuff. Larry used to live right there in that house. And my dad did his roof. You know, him and Larry were kind of, you know, they were tight. And yeah, man.
Dude,
The rest is history. And we used to go right there too. And you remember right there in Brownsville, I don't know if y'all knew, Mr. Kinney, the one that trained Billy Rogers and stuff. He died a few years back.
I remember seeing something about that, but I didn't.
Yep. And we used to go right there in Brownsville too, right there in that neighborhood across from the flea market.
Yeah.
Yep, right there,
Sure.
right there on the back road back there. It's like a little fire department building.
Yeah.
And we used to go back there and train back there as well. So that's just where it all started, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane.
That's wild.
Yep.
How many amateur fights did you have?
I had like almost 70. Almost 70.
What
which
the
I fought which I fought from, 8, started when I was 8 years old and fought. I turned pro in 2016. I'm 28 now, so I was 21 when I turned pro.
That's
so
insane.
I fought amateur all the way from 8 until I was probably about 21 years old.
Wow.
What made you feel like what was the deciding factor to go pro? Like because it feels like even with MMA, it changes. It's like some people want to get a lot of loss while they're amateur.
Yeah.
Like we know a lot of buddies of ours that have want to try to get the loss out, and then once they feel like, okay, I'm starting to fine tune this thing.
Yep.
But then some people,
It's all about experience, man.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it is. That's all the amateur circuit is. And I love the amateur circuit too because in the amateur circuit, you're fighting the best. You're fighting the best in the country. You know what I mean? It don't count, man. A win or a loss don't count.
Yeah.
Again, it's just experience, you know. And experience is the best teacher sometimes. And yeah, man, I fought for a long time. It's all I've ever done. So when I turned about 2021, we started talking about it. And I just got a few more amateur fights. I was doing good. I didn't lose for a while. And my father and Big Roy just, felt like it was time. So that's what we did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When talking about like your fighting, has there been a moment, win or loss, that just sticks with you that you're like, I don't know why, but this moment I can remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, man, I have a lot. I got a lot of moments in my when I was in the amateur circuit. I have a lot of moments where, I can look back on and it made me better.
Yeah.
It made me better as a fighter. I've been knocked down. I've had to get up and, from a knockdown, got caught with a good punch. I've had to get up from a knockdown and come back and win the fight. And I did. You show some you got to go against some adversity sometimes. And I've fought guys, they've knocked my headgear sideways, they've hurt me in the corner, had my nose all busted up, and that was Manny Carrera, the guy I fought in Anaheim.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He busted me up pretty good in the amateurs. He busted me up pretty good. It was a good fight.
So he thought he had your number. Like he thought this was gonna be an easier fight coming in.
Well, I was doing good in the fight. When we first come out, I was boxing him easy, winning the fight, and then I stopped boxing. And mind you, this was down in the Golden Gloves, West Palm Beach, Florida. This is the Florida Golden Gloves. I just turned 17. When you turn 17, you can fight 17. They can be 35 years old.
whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. So I was basically open. And this was my first, grown man that I fought. And I kind of got into a slug match with him. And he got me in the corner, got into a slug match with him, and he caught me with a few good punches. Knocked my headgear sideways. When he knocked my headgear sideways, I kind of covered up, and he caught me with a few good a few more good shots because
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix my headgear.
Yeah.
And the referee 8 counted me. And when if referee 8 counted me, he kind of, it just threw me off my game. You know what I mean? It just turned into a fight. I just
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
stopped boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it turned into a fight. I'm young. You know,
Yeah,
I'm 17 years
So
old. You
you're
know,
like,
I'm fighting.
oh, shit,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
fighting a grown man. You know, but you know those, just like you said, man, those type of experiences you learn, and that makes you.
Yeah.
That's it. That makes you the fighter you are today. You know, yeah, man. I've been through some.
Dude, what's wild about you is talking to you, you make the person you're talking to feel like they're smarter. Like, you make it sound like I said something better than I said.
No,
and I'm
man,
like,
no.
damn, did I say something cool like that?
Damn,
Yup,
I'm smart, right?
Damn, I look good right now.
That's
Dude.
it. But that's the truth, though, man. You know, it's in anything,
Yeah.
baseball, basketball, football. You know, you got to do it for. You know, it's something you got to do very consistently.
Yeah.
You know, and the more consistent you do it, no matter what you go through, no matter if you lose, you win. You know.
Is that
What's funny? My brother fought in. Sorry for interrupting
No,
you,
you're
but
good.
my brother fought in the Alabama Golden Gloves, probably about 2 weeks before this last fight right here.
Okay.
The last fight we were just at
shit.
in Biloxi. Yeah, about 2 weeks before I fought. Went up to Birmingham. He fought at 132 pounds, and he fought this guy from South Carolina. Clean sweep. And they didn't give it to him, you know. USA
Really?
boxing is very political too. Very political.
Damn.
A lot of politics in USA boxing and in the amateur circuit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you can see that. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it,
Oh, yeah.
kind of makes sense.
I mean,
with some of that
think
stuff.
about it, man. When was our last gold medalist? Andre Ward, 2004. That's the last
been a
time we
minute.
got an Olympic gold medal in boxing.
Damn.
That just goes to show you right there.
What do you think causes that, like, sway? Like, who is the big pushers of that sway, and how is it able to be that way?
Well, for one, you got just, this is just volunteer work for one. You know, the judges and stuff for USA Boxing, it's just volunteer work. Anybody, y'all could judge. You know what
I've
I'm saying?
actually judged an MMA event,
yeah.
which is crazy.
In which I don't see the problem in it, but to a certain extent, I kind of do, because sometimes you got people that are judging the fights, and they have no clue what they're looking at. You know, they're just looking at somebody just throwing punches and just you know what I mean. But yeah, man, yeah, I've had a few wins taken from me also in the amateur circuit. You know, and you just learn, just experience.
Yeah, I feel like the losses I've had in jiu-jitsu, you get in like a hot streak when you first start, if you do start off like undefeated or whatever. And then in jiu-jitsu, like, there's no like person that's like, oh, that's an undefeated person, because no one gets out undefeated in jiu-jitsu. It just literally has never happened. So like, you're really the only big person that's criticizing your own record. Nobody knows my record. Do you know my record? You're my best friend.
Yeah,
Has
that's
no
crazy. That's
no
crazy.
clue.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know
That's
my
crazy.
record. I could tell you my record right now. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know that's right.
Which is a great record. It's
You're gonna say, go ahead.
no, I actually. Well, then it's like, do you consider in-house tournaments?
I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah. So if it's just like these types of fights, I'm 11-2,
Okay, cool.
and I can't stop thinking about those losses. Not like in a bad way.
Do they do the same way? Is that what you're saying? Like, is it kind of the same way?
With
Like
like
they
the
kind of have
judging?
it. Yeah, they kind of have. Yeah,
The way that it ends.
yeah. No,
No.
the judging, just
Well,
the judging.
Oh
Like,
no, it's point system. So it's
Okay,
like
okay.
for sure you get a point or you don't.
Yep.
So if it goes to like
Yeah.
refs decision where it's like
Yep.
equal points, equal advantages, or if there's just like a no point system, then it could go like what
It's the
who's
same
most
way.
active.
It's the same way with USA Boxing.
Yeah.
They're just clicking.
But the thing with
just clicking.
jiu-jitsu competitions is like 99% of the refs are, purple belts or higher.
Uh-huh.
So they like understand jiu-jitsu as a whole
okay.
and like kind of, you know what I mean? Like
That's
they're
better.
doing
That's
it.
better.
You know what I mean? So they kind of understand a lot more,
That's
I
better.
feel like, than just
Yeah.
a, volunteer
Yep.
kind of
Yep.
judge.
And see, that's what I don't like about USA Boxing as well. Just like I said, it's the clicker.
Yeah.
so
they're
just as
clicking.
long as you're more active,
That's all they're looking for. That's all they're looking for.
which is crazy because like some of the biggest boxers now, and I'm not super.
So you know how usually they'll give you a 10-8 round if you knock someone down.
Yeah.
And you got to knock that person down to
Yeah.
make it to even the score, right?
Yeah.
In USA Boxing, I can knock you down. All it is a point. So you can knock me down. I could get up and hit you with 2 punches and be right back. Time out.
Wow.
Really?
It's weird, man. It's weird.
So
that's why I like
wild.
that's why we like, that's why my dad and them are, really haven't been messing with USA Boxing or wanting to fight at their tournaments or anything because,
It's kind of shady.
yeah, man, it's shitty, man.
And
because
for-
then you go to Dean, you got a promotion like Dean Tools.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice. They're doing the 10-9 system, just like
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's it. I feel like it's way more fair.
So USA Boxing, because I'm sure neither one of us are very aware, is that like what runs like Golden Gloves and stuff like that
Yeah,
for amateurs?
Golden Gloves is a whole. People don't know this, but Golden Gloves is a completely different organization. Golden Gloves been around a long time. Yeah, that's a completely different organization, but same thing.
Yeah.
Point system,
Yeah.
volunteer work is same thing, based
Okay.
off the same
And
same method.
when you start getting into like pro judging and stuff, then they start getting paid for that type of stuff? Or is
If
it
I'm not
still-
mistaken, yes, pro judging does get paid. Yes.
Okay, so do you think like what makes it shady dealings or like one way or the other is like maybe behind the scenes people are like, yo, make this go my way?
I think they just already have their picks. You know what I'm saying?
Going
So they might be
Going
super
into
biased.
it,
Yeah.
So
That's tough
Which is
because like
really-
even in UFC or like major MMA like companies, they do have boxing judges.
Yep.
Will be in the UFC. Like Adelaide Bird, like she was notorious for being boxing, and then she came over to MMA and
Yeah.
kind of got ripped up by Dana. But I'm pretty sure she still judges.
Yeah.
But it's like they don't know the jiu-jitsu or the
interesting.
ground game or kicks.
Yeah.
Or what any of that
Yeah.
equates to. Yeah.
And I feel like I think it was Big John McCarthy was saying a while ago like that it would be beneficial if MMA judges at least had like an experience level of like a purple belt or up,
yes,
Right.
or at
yes.
least some amateur fights. Like
Yep.
Dean or Herb Dean has amateur fights. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
he has like fights you can Google right now and watch.
Yep.
Right.
Like so he understands like. He put in work to fight the Heather girl, the blonde girl from UFC. No, Laura Sanko. Sorry, not Heather.
Oh, yeah.
Laura Sanko. She has MMA fights.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a
Interesting.
broadcaster, so she
Yep.
can better talk about it.
Yep.
I think it should be a requirement.
Yeah.
mean,
I think so
honestly.
too. I think
Do
so
you,
too.
do you find in the pro scene it's kind of the same way, or do you think it's a little bit?
Well, you got
kinda
in the
leveled out?
pro scene, you got a lot of guys that have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Even just judging in general. You know,
Okay.
you got judges that have been just judging fights for 30 plus
Yeah.
years. You know what I mean? And that's that's worthy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's a little bit of that has been.
And I just
kinda-
like the point system better, 10-9.
Yeah.
You win the round, you get a 10.
Yeah.
I'll lose the round, I get a 9.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or a 10-8 round. It's either a 10-9 or a 10-8 round.
Yeah.
You get a 10-8 round, you got knocked down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just easy. It's just
Yeah.
easy. It's simple, and I think it's more effective.
And when it comes to like level of promotions, like Dean is the best one doing it around. Like nobody does anything like he does, right? Can you have or fight for like a WBA or WBO or WBC? I think those are the three big ones, right? Can you fight for one of those on anyone's promotion? Like say Dean
Oh, I see.
had you fight for a title, can he have you fight for one of those on off the hook? Or does it have to be like
Dean could have me fight for a title on off the hook. I don't know about a world title, but he can have me fight for a title.
okay.
Those are world titles you're talking about.
Yeah.
Which I don't. You got to realize it just all depends where the belt is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Shakur Stevenson is with who? He's with Riyadh season now. He's starting to mess with Turkey.
Yeah.
That's on DAZN. So DAZN has a belt. But let's just put it, Gervonta Davis has a belt.
Yeah.
He's got the WBA belt, but who's he with?
Yeah.
He's with PBC,
Yeah.
right? So all these promotional companies, when they get somebody with a belt,
Yeah.
they're trying to keep that belt
I see.
at their promotion company,
Yeah.
at
So
their
it-
promotional company.
yeah.
Do
See,
you get what I'm
that's
saying?
That's wild to
Yep.
me. And
That's
they can
what's-
just kind of get it, and then it's like, okay, it's in their,
Yeah.
it's in
Boxing-
whoever they're signed with now. Or
Boxing's
whatever
a
it is.
business, man.
For sure.
and it's just like anything else. You know, you got the clean and the dirty. You know, but it could be a dirty business, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Dean could have me Dean could have me fight for a continental belt. just like the guy I just beat, he was a 2-time Latin American champion, and an Argentina champion. So I could fight for one of those little belts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing about those belts is you have a mandatory. You gotta defend that. You gotta defend that belt. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing people don't realize is, okay, let's say I was the IBF champion right now, right? Let's say I had that nice, or the WBC belt.
Yeah.
I had that nice green.
Yeah.
Or that nice red belt, right?
Yeah.
Every time I fight with that belt, they take 3%. I think it's 3% of my purse.
Yeah, the belt owner, right?
The belt owner, yes.
I heard that too. I was like, that's crazy.
The belt sanction.
Yeah.
So again, if I had the IBF belt, right,
They would
and I had a fight coming up,
Yeah.
when I get my purse, let's say I got $2 million,
Yeah.
they would take 3% of that.
$60,000 just to have a belt.
That's crazy.
So it's kind of
They're like,
like,
hey, you like that belt, don't you?
Yeah.
you already
Pay
got to
up.
pay. You already got to pay your trainers and
Yeah.
everything else, taxes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's just, I just want to win one, man, and they can have it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really my goal. I just want to win one, and they can have the belt back.
Do you have like a favorite
Because
belt?
at the end of the day, man, it's what you want to try to become is bigger than the belt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like a Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Think about it. You think Ryan Garcia needs a belt?
Yeah, you don't really care.
Has Ryan Garcia won a world title yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He ain't won a world title yet.
Yeah.
And he's getting paid $30 million.
Yeah.
He's become bigger than the belt.
Yeah.
People still want to watch him fight. He's making all this money. He's a superstar. He hasn't won a world championship yet. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he's more than worthy enough. He can win a world title.
Yeah. For sure.
But I'm just saying that just goes to show you, you want to become bigger than the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to walk around with a belt. I just want to win it. I don't want to walk around with a belt and then every time I defend it, I got to pay you.
Right.
To keep it,
Yeah.
I just want to win it. Hey, y'all seen me win it. There you go. Let somebody else fight for it. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah. I hate
You
to
know.
say the cliche like Muhammad Ali, but like even when he didn't have the belt,
Yep.
you still wanted to see him
Still
fight.
wanted
It
to see
didn't.
him, man.
dude.
His name
Didn't
become
matter.
bigger than the belt.
That's yeah.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
yeah.
So, and not everybody can get to that point.
Right.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah, for sure.
And not everybody's a superstar, and you got to work for that.
You have the qualities.
I will
like,
say, when
it's not
when
even.
people hear your name though, you're like, oh shit, Devin's fight. Like,
Dude,
oh,
you know
shit,
what's
you know what I
really
mean?
what's
appreciate
crazy too?
that.
I was just talking about this to RJ and the people, because like, look, hey, I knew we were gonna get to this, like the fight that you just had,
Yep.
and the fight before that too. I'm with RJ. We build the rings.
Yep.
So RJ always has to corner your opponents.
Yep.
So I'm there to help RJ, and I'm never trying to go against you. And I know it looks
He's
weird
going in
you
the corner
seeing me,
like,
and I'm like, hey, this is not in my hands.
swear.
It's funny. The fight at the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
That was like the first time in a while that RJ had to do that.
Yeah.
And I didn't really say nothing to him that event, but this past event we were joking around.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was backstage and he was like, "Here we go again." I was like, "God damn it!" I think I told him I was like, "I don't like going against you, man."
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
It's crazy too, but talking to him about your fights, this last fight, it's like it's like we didn't know, but you fought him like he owed you money or something. It was like you were not playing.
Yep.
Like, and
Dialed
not
the
that you
fuck
normally
in.
play around, but it was
Bro.
like this seemed to be like
It was different.
statement.
I'm just getting to the
time.
point where, man, it's just like I'm just getting to the point where it's just like if they don't belong in there with me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just get them out of there.
Let's get this shit over with.
Yeah, just get it over with,
Yeah.
bro. You know what I mean?
I will say, it's 'cause
Just so we can get to where we're going.
For
You know
sure.
what I
I
mean? I'm not
wasn't-
just going to sit around and play no more. You know what I mean? I'm getting older, bro. I'm 28 years old. I'm feeling like I feel like I'm getting my man strength.
Yeah.
I honestly have
Yeah.
been feeling that the last 2 fights. I've been feeling stronger.
You look in a flow state in there
Mm-hmm.
now. It looks magical to watch.
Yeah.
And again, man, I've even talked about this with my dad. We go back to the experience thing. The fight I had in Anaheim in front of 20,000 people with Jorge and Nate fighting on the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of people, big arena, big crowd. I feel like I got better from that fight.
Yeah.
You got the
know what I mean?
rub.
Yeah, man. It was just the experience, man.
Yeah.
The experience. I'm I'm on a hot streak right now since then. You know what I mean? And just like I said, I feel like I've gotten better as a fighter. I've grown mentally, and physically. You know what I mean? I've learned a few more things that, and that's what it's about. It's getting better every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. I will say I wasn't in Biloxi for the Off the Hook.
Okay.
But I watched it online and it looked fucking awesome.
That's what's up, man.
It looked so good. And like the Hard Rock
Dude,
fight too. It's
the Hard Rock
there's
one,
something
the
going on.
pose after.
Yeah,
God
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
that should be on a shirt.
Bro.
That's got to be on a shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
dude.
I'm excited about the Off the Hook, man. Shout out to Dean and them,
Yeah.
Dean and the whole team, Nick, Ryan, Ian. I'm excited, very excited for that promotion. And there's a lot of boxers in the boxing business that, is looking for guys like Dean, looking to be moved. There's a lot of talent in the boxing game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not only that, man, I'm excited for our area. Because we got a lot of talent.
Dude,
around this
blooming.
area too. You feel me? So Saban,
Yeah.
Myself, I'm just excited for all my little brother coming up.
Your little brother, Corey.
Yep, Corey.
There's a ton of people right now.
Yeah, man. The list goes on and on, bro. That Martavius Times from over
Yes.
there at Brock's gym over there in Alabama, man.
Talking about the lower weight that went up 3 weights?
Yes.
And he dummied the dude. Like,
Yeah,
made
man.
him look
Yeah,
like
man.
a... Bruh, it
He's
looked like
talented.
reverse.
Very talented. Very
It's crazy.
talented,
And no offense to the guy that lost. Like, he was awesome, too.
Yep. And all respect to all the guys, you know what I mean? But he's talented, man. All their gyms talented. Frank Bunkley. I'm just excited for this whole. I'm excited for the local guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that, man. I'm all about that. You know what I mean? I'm all about.
yeah.
You see it on my shirt, man.
Yeah.
Pensacola versus everybody,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
And
Yeah, dude.
yeah, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
Yeah, I asked earlier, and I probably need to go back to it, but in, like, a perfect path, do you have, like, a favorite belt you want to go after?
To be honest, no.
No, there's not like a childhood nostalgia thing where you're like, that's the first belt I saw.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. I want that Ring magazine belt, man. Like the Rocky
Yes.
belt.
Yeah.
So people don't know, but that's the belt you want. That's the belt that signifies that you beat the man. You're the man that beat the man.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only way to get that belt is, if I'm not mistaken, you have to hold all four bodies. So you got to hold the WBC, you got to hold the WBO, you got to hold the WBA, and you got to hold the IBF, and then you get that Ring magazine belt.
Yeah.
And then they once you get the Ring magazine belt, you get the Ring magazine belt.
Yeah.
They call you the lineal champion. And that's what that means. The
That's
lineal
awesome.
champion. So that means you're the
And that doesn't
man.
happen very often, right? Like, that's very... Because, like, I think a couple years ago when Tyson Fury was trying to fight for all... That's
Yes,
kind of what was going on
yes.
with that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's very kind of far and few between.
And
with
if
that.
you hear Tyson Fury, he's big. He's very adamant on that.
Yeah, the lineal champ.
Lineal champion.
Yeah.
That's what he always says. I'm the lineal champion. That's what he means by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Damn,
awesome.
That's
Yep.
crazy, dude.
Yep.
We need to get an off the
And
hook
he got
belt
that.
going.
And he got that belt from beating Klitschko
Yeah.
for the unified belts. So he got all the belts.
Yeah.
And he had the. Once you get all the belts, you get that Ring magazine belt as well.
That's a gnarly.
And then
Damn.
It is a crazy history of, like, the champions that have been before. Just, like, it's awesome being able to watch. Like, I'm a big nostalgia guy, so I like old wrestling,
Yep.
old boxing. Like,
Yep.
there's just a different taste and vibe to the way it looked, and
Yep.
it just feels, like, gritty, and it
Back,
just...
It
back in like
does.
the casino days too, you know what I mean?
Yes.
When
It does,
everything was
bro.
held in like
It does.
casino stadiums. Oh my god.
And I know this is, like, not exactly the same thing, but I do believe it's Ocean's 11 that has the scene where...
They're at
Who is that fighting? It's Evander Holyfield is fighting. Oh, what is the dude? He had cornrows. He's big at the time. Like, he took the belt, but in the movie, it's like
they're at the
I'm pretty sure they film it. They have to film it during the fight, like the actual fight, because it's like the legit fighters are there.
Yeah.
The crowd is full.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
like
they
it's
turn the
that
lights
vibe,
off.
that dude, the
Yeah.
energy, just
bro.
stuff like that
it's
gives
funny
me
y'all
chills.
say that because I've asked my dad that too before, and I've like just watching old fights. I'm like, what were these guys on? Like,
Yeah.
It's
what were
just
the-
different.
What were
dude.
these guys eating?
Gasoline,
Yeah.
rubber,
Dude.
just
Line,
they
bro.
were bolts, dude.
Golly,
Just
man.
Just the sound of the punches.
yeah.
Just their bodies too, just insane. I mean,
Yeah. It's
You know,
crazy.
which I'm sure it was easier to get away with, PEDs
Yeah,
and stuff. But,
so-
you can't take away from any of them guys, you know what I mean? Any of them top athletes,
No.
Yeah, hard work goes into that, too.
It's
so.
crazy. Like you said, we should come out and watch you. I'm sure we're not going to be able to fathom the type of speed that y'all work out at.
Oh, yeah, man.
Like,
yeah.
just, I mean, seeing you box, you, Saban, Corey, all y'all, like, moving at the, I'm just like,
Yep.
bro, I can't even do
Can't
anything that
compute
fast.
it.
I can't even try to throw
compute it.
as fast as I fucking go. Y'all are, like, in and
It
out,
gets-
like, boom, I already
especially
hit you.
Especially in the summertime, man, it gets probably fucking 120 degrees in that
Yeah.
damn gym, dude. It's,
Dude, Luca tells me about, like, he tries to run with you guys.
Yep.
And he's like, dude, I'm not even. He's like, all right,
My boy.
I'll see y'all at the shed, bro.
That's my boy, dog. That's my boy.
Yeah.
He gives it all he's got.
Yeah.
I respect him a lot.
Dude, y'all set a pace too. Like, I've asked Saban, I'm like, how often do you run? Maybe I can run with you sometimes.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, for sure. Like, I run this big square, which I do too.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm like on a 9-minute pace. Okay. He's like, well, we're not gonna run together. He's like in a 6-minute pace. I'm like, brother.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
dude.
Yeah, it's just the cardio you guys have and like the body of work. Yeah, you're a grown man now,
Yep.
and like I've talked to him about this, but like your body is just in a different type of conditioning now. Like you can see it on you.
Yep.
Like you're
Well-
growing like a different type of like.
For sure. For
And
sure.
just doing it from the time you were 8.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
nonstop. I've been in shape my whole life.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and I mean, it's just all I've ever done. You know.
but there is like a boxing shape. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's-
Like being
for
in
sure,
boxing shape
for
is
sure.
different.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and your
100%.
cadence in the ring, it's just like you can kind of see Saban is getting closer to it.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like he's
yeah.
really
Yep.
fucking good,
Yep.
but like
Yep.
and I don't want this at all to sound disrespectful, but you're on a different, just a slightly different level
It just
than him.
and again, man,
like
it
a
just
switch.
it goes back to what
Yeah.
we were talking about. It just
Yeah.
comes from experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like and
Just being there.
Doing
you
it
know what I'm saying?
all the
And you
time.
heard him.
Yeah.
Saban is getting more and more.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because he's going through it.
yeah,
He's getting that experience.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? And these last 3 or 4 camps, we've been sparring partners nonstop. I mean, we have sparred hundreds of rounds.
Yeah.
Hundreds
scary.
of
Scary.
rounds.
I wouldn't want
So
one.
he's learning, man.
Yeah.
He's learning, and that's what it is about: is learning and getting better.
Yeah,
You know,
I feel like you have an aggression that like it doesn't seem like a ton of people have in the scene, and Saban's getting there.
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
thing that I feel like as soon as he
When
gets that like
when that-
pissed off switch,
and I haven't always had
bro,
it. You know what I
you
mean?
have it
I
now.
will
on
tell
me.
you-
And that's what you want.
And
You know, and that's
folds.
what I've been trying to get is a kill switch.
That the
what I'm
last
saying?
couple fights that I've watched, it's like something changes in
Yep.
your eyes. You get in there, dude, and
Yep.
it's like, all right, it's
dude.
just it's gonna happen, and it's not stopping.
Yep.
The whole
Yep.
fucking,
really-
it's ridiculous.
I really
dude.
wish you would have
It's
been at the
crazy.
last one because I brought this up to RJ while Saban's fighting. I'm watching Saban, and we're at the corner to where we can see you in the background in the like hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole like room is dimly lit, obviously, and then
Yep.
the ring is bright, and then you see him with all the lights behind him, and he's just like watching Saban.
Yeah.
And if you could have got it on camera, it's like a dude chills, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like you watching your boy right
Yep.
before you're about to go to
Yeah.
war.
Yep.
Like
Just
It
getting
just felt like
in that mode,
gnarly.
man. Just
Yeah.
getting in that mode.
Gnarly.
And it's nothing else better to get you in that mode than watching your
Hell
boy
yeah.
fight. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You know. So
Yeah, that was a badass card though, man. That was
it's
really
it's
cool.
crazy.
And like I said, getting to go to the fights and everything, it's a great experience to see it in person.
Yep.
But honestly, watching it, like I watched it on my phone, it
Looks good?
fucking awesome.
Yes.
it
it
does
looks
look good.
So
man.
good.
It does look good.
Like I
It's
was
crispy.
like, holy shit! Like yeah.
And
Yeah,
man,
it
I'm
was really great.
again, man. I'm just really excited about, for all the local guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me, Saban, Corey, my little brother. All the guys. I'm excited where this is going.
yeah.
Everybody's gonna get some big opportunities, man,
Yeah.
off of this. So.
How do you like fighting over in Biloxi?
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, it's close to home.
Yeah.
I go over there, weigh in. I come home. I
Yeah.
eat, go to bed, sleep in my own bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, eat some breakfast, eat some lunch, get ready,
Yeah.
slide back on over there.
Yeah. It's not too far.
So,
When
it's
you're-
not too far. So.
When you're getting closer to the fight, do you fight or spar at night, or are you always spar at night, or is it
we spar at night. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we spar at night. We've always sparred at night.
okay?
It's always been like that. We kind of try to time the fight. We're trying to spar. If you realize we're sparring and training about 7:30, we're sparring about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
What time do we fight? 7, 8, 9 o'clock. You know? So you just want your body to get used to, you just want your body to get acclimated to getting pumped up at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, man. You take a nap every day at 1, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
You can say what you want. 1, 2 o'clock rolls around. You get to where you're like,
yeah, you're like,
you're like, hold on now.
I'm tired. I'm used to taking a nap, you know?
Yeah.
So that's all we try to do. Just try to get our body acclimated to getting worked up at that time, you know?
And obviously we're not boxers, but like we do jiu-jitsu. Yep. He golfs more than jiu-jitsu.
Okay. Yeah, my dad and them golf a lot. Yeah, we go with my dad sometimes.
We don't need to talk about golf. It's going to get out of here. He's got a cult going on.
I'm not a golfer, so let's not talk about
everybody's
it.
Everybody's coming out of the woodwork.
He's got Saban.
Why does everybody starting to golf now? My brother.
Yeah. Hey, me and you should make a pact. We're never golfing. Never. All right.
Man.
Never golfing.
I'll be over here.
There's going to be a video come out, all of us golfing for no reason. Is there a thing that you feel like cardio-wise that could be good for anyone to use? Like, is it running more? Or is it swimming? Because, like, I like to run, but, like, the thing that gets me in the most jiu-jitsu shape is jiu-jitsu. Like, 100%. Nothing 100%. Can, like, replace that. But I do think, like, running gives you a mental edge because you have to fight every step if you don't want to take the next one. So you can keep pushing. You can go forever if you want. I mean,
it's just like you just said. I feel the same way. You know, I could tell you to run. I could tell you to do strength and conditioning. I could tell you to do all these things. I could tell you to swim. Nothing's going to replicate being in that ring and fighting. You know what I mean? Nothing.
How did you, I mean, I guess kind of in the beginning stages, I guess you were, really young. But, like, when it came to the, like, anxiety or kind of when you're getting to that bigger stage, the nerve kind of side of it. What did you ever deal with any of that, or how did you deal with it?
100%.
What was kind of the thing that helped with some of that stuff for you?
Man, to be honest with you, man, you just let it. The best thing you can do, it's easier said than done, but you just try to let it just flow. You know, Big Roy used to tell me, just let the horses run, just let them go. You know, just let it. Just it's gonna be there. You're gonna be nervous. Yeah, you about to fight another man. You know what I mean? You're gonna be nervous. They're gonna be there. Don't fight them. Don't think about it. Just let the horses run.
Do you feel like it takes you until getting hit to start to feel like the nerves dissipate within the fight?
It takes about after that first sometimes sooner than others in certain fights, you know. After that first round, it go away.
Yeah.
First minute or two usually goes away. After those first few exchanges, it just you don't feel it. You don't feel it no more.
Yeah.
You don't feel it no more.
Is it harder because I know I keep saying jiu-jitsu and I hate that, but
you're good.
It's what I can relate it to. But in jiu-jitsu, like when you're rolling with somebody, I think like if you're gonna compete. To me, it's like as the initial contact with the person, all nerves are out, and then you're just focused on the game plan.
Yep.
And then past that, I feel like when you're doing it, damn, I lost what I was about to say about that.
I feel the same way though. Once you start getting flowing and you touch a man, or that they throw something at you too, you know what I mean, and you see, you kind of get a little bit of an idea of what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Nerves just kind of, you don't feel them no more.
Yeah.
You don't feel them no more.
I have no idea where I was going with that. It was something to lead to another point that I was gonna ask. But damn, I hate when that happens.
I'm sure it was a great point though.
Yeah, what the fuck were we talking about before that?
We're talking about being nervous.
Yeah, just being nervous.
Once you in jiu-jitsu, when you touch somebody, is when all the nerves go away.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you just stick to the game plan then.
Yeah. How often are you? I mean, obviously you have a game plan. I'm gonna just keep going. Obviously, you have a game plan when you're going in, right? But like, how often are you getting a couple rounds in and going, okay, this is something we realized in the first couple rounds. Let's kind of change our game plan. Or are you sticking? You're like, okay, we know this is gonna work. Let's continue on this road. Is there a lot of change throughout the fight, or
not a lot of change throughout the fight? Nuh-uh. Just small tweaks. that's what we call them, just small little tweaks. All the work's done in the gym, man. You know, so we just put all the work into the gym, and we try to come as prepared as possible. And just like you said, we come with a game plan, you know, and we try to execute the game plan. And my dad will just give me little tweaks in the corner, you know, if anything. And that's about it, man. I just try to adjust, mainly. You know, I like a game plan, but sometimes the game plan don't always work, you know, and you got to adjust to whatever is going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a complete fighter, is being able to adjust on the fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially in the moment, you know, because anybody can, you know, kind of stop and, you know, maybe take a loss and then come back and then make the adjustment. But can you make the adjustment in the moment, in the heat of the moment? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that makes like a Terrence Crawford. He's like that. You know, he's got a bunch of styles to him. You know what I mean? And he can switch it up. He can bang. He can box. You know, whatever he's got to do to get the victory.
Yeah.
You know,
And
you gotta be versatile, man. You gotta have several styles to you. You know what I mean?
And that comes from all the experience.
Yes.
Too, huh?
Yep.
Just being up against just about everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever started a fight and shocked yourself in the way that you were like, wow, this is way easier than I thought this opponent was gonna be? You know, like I know sometimes you can
last weekend.
Yeah.
Last weekend, yeah. He was a lot easier than I thought. You know what I mean? And you know, maybe I made it like that. You know what I mean? But
yeah, like you came in more prepared than you thought. You're like
100%, 100. Yeah, it was you know, and that's why you work hard too. You know, to make the fight easy. Yeah. But I definitely thought he was gonna be, you know, with his experience, because he had a lot of fights. Dude had like almost
70 fights or something,
almost
bro.
60. I think he had 58 fights.
I was like, what the?
Yeah, I think he had 58 fights.
Yeah.
Again, dude's experience. He was an Argentina champion, 2-time Latin American champion. So I thought it was going to be a little bit, you know, I thought he was going to try to pull some veteran moves on me and stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. I thought it was going to be a little bit more complicated than what it was, but it was easy. It was easy. Made it easy.
Damn.
Yeah, it's wild being able to see you guys work. And, like, I think everybody, if they know the local scene and, like, the gyms that are involved, everybody can kind of tell y'all's style.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all have a very
unique style.
Fingerprint that just, like, you can see it, and it's like...
It stands out.
Yeah, and it's beautiful to see it, like, working.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like...
In the ring, it's definitely, it's like you said, it stands out. You know what I mean? You 100% know.
I feel like it continues the culture that was there before you guys started.
100%.
Like, it just 100%. Keeps it going forward.
That's where we learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's where we learned, so...
It's interesting. Is there somebody local that you're most excited to see that maybe hasn't quite bloomed into who you know they're going to be? Like, you see a lot of potential, and you're like, dude, you are...
My little brother.
Dude, I was going to say him, because...
I promise.
He's right there with you as far as, like, y'all both got that dog in you. Like, you can tell y'all's... The last Island fights he fought on, there was, like, a little scrap in the ring.
Yep.
And then they were walking out. And I was talking to Luca, and I was like, it's funny because in his post-fight press conference, he was, like, going back and forth from being super polite to being like, but anybody can get it. All respect to him. I hope he's not injured.
And that's how we are, man.
But it's on site.
When we get in that mode, we're like that, man. We're the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when it gets like that, confrontational, and like, you know, me and my brother, we are so competitive, bro. You know, we just like competing. We just want to win, you know.
So, can y'all spar each other, or is it get too competitive?
We spar each other. Yeah, we spar each other. Yeah, I work with him all the time.
Yeah.
I work with him all the time. Do y'all
ever, like, get carried away?
He spars Saban.
That's cool.
You know, there's a lot of there's a lot of guys that come through the gym, man, that you know give us good work, man, and give my brother good work also.
But do you ever, like, y'all get carried away with each other, like, oh, you mother... We have a little too hard.
We have before. We have. You know, I've hit him with a punch before, and he's, you know, I haven't meant to hit him as hard as I did.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes that happens, you know. And he's gotten mad at me before, tried to kill me, you know.
But that's just family. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
for
That's
sure,
how that
for
shit
sure.
goes,
Dude,
for sure.
Also, your little brother, also Cade. I can't.
Cade,
he
yep.
is the nicest person I've
Yes,
ever
he
met in my
is.
entire life.
It's like my best friend, man.
Dude, he is.
Me and Cade have grown up. We play football together.
Yeah.
We play for Myrtle Grove together. I mean, me and Cade have grown up since we were 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Him and my grandpa and his grandpa, Tommy Kimmons, best friends.
Yeah.
Fish all the time.
Damn.
Yep.
That's
So
awesome.
we grew up together, man. It's like one of my best friends.
Yeah, it's dope to, and I know I keep saying stuff like this, but it's dope to see all you guys rising at the same time
Yep.
because I feel like y'all are getting what you deserve at the right moments. Like, and it's not just like out of nowhere. Like people are like, "Oh, the dude blew up overnight."
Yep.
This is
We've been doing it a long
this is the
time.
night nobody's seeing.
Yep.
This is the blow up people
Yep.
aren't seeing, but they'll see y'all all of a sudden on TV.
And again, the same thing with Saban, man.
Yes.
Same thing with, bro, I've known Saban since we were like this.
Yeah.
Him and my dad have known each other for, I mean, bro, I'm 28 years old. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 7, 8 years old. Saban's only maybe a year or two younger than me, you know what I mean? So we've been doing this 20 plus years.
Yeah.
You know, we've known each other. Our parents have known him and my dad. My dad and his dad have known each other for a long time. Me and Saban have known each other for a long time. And we've all been on the same mission. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a father and son bond. Both father and son bonds.
Yeah.
And just we're all on the same mission, man.
Yeah.
We all got the same goal, you know,
Yeah.
and come from the same. It's cool because we all come from the same spot.
Yeah.
Pensacola, Florida. It's not a big town, you know, especially for boxing, man. It's not, you know, it's not known for, you know, a lot of people making it in the fight game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's cool to see all the iron sharpening iron going on at the
100%,
same time.
100%.
This is a bunch you wouldn't want to like mess with at like the fair. Like you accident. Oh, my bad, dude. Like you really are bad, dude.
for sure.
Don't mess with that.
Don't
group.
do that.
For sure.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Saban, I did ask Saban, is there anything I should ask you about like that might be a little
Yeah.
And he's like, he does like Kanye West just like I do.
Love Kanye.
What
Love Kanye.
the hell is going on?
He's wild, man.
He is.
To be honest, man,
Bro?
I love him to death, but like
Somebody asked.
I couldn't even tell you what's going on.
Bro.
He loses me.
Yeah.
He loses me when I listen to him talk. He loses me. I don't know where he's going. I don't know what I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know where he's going with it.
Yeah.
So I just kind of. I don't even listen to him. I just like listening to his music.
Yeah.
Saban's like all in.
Dude,
I
I mean,
love Kanye.
bro.
Love him, bro.
You've
Love
never
him.
met a bigger fan than Saban. Like
Yep.
we've had a.
He is a bigger fan than me of Kanye.
Oh.
But I love him. I love him the same way. I love
Yeah.
Kanye. I'm a big diehard fan of Kanye.
Yeah.
Because he's a genius.
Yeah.
Very smart guy. Very smart guy though.
crazy smart.
Yeah.
But somebody has to like kind of like help him.
Yep.
Like direct him a little bit.
Yep.
Not telling him what to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
how about you focus a little more on music right now? Or
I
do
feel like
this or
he's
do
got
that.
such
Just
a like
like a-
what just because of what he's done. I
Bumpers.
feel like he's got such a big ego.
Yeah.
You know. I feel like he's in that position where like nobody can tell him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But what's crazy
Yeah.
about him is he's probably gonna put out like unbelievable things till he dies.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I know it.
Like we still probably may have not seen his greatest thing yet.
Yep.
Which is crazy to think
It's
about.
crazy because some people their first thing is their best thing ever, and
Yep.
then you never hear from them again.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Kanye is very unpredictable, man.
Crazy.
He's unpredictable.
I'm surprised he hasn't. Like I saw that Elon bought X or Twitter like back in the day and called it X now.
Yep.
I'm surprised that wasn't something Kanye would have done.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Like he would have been
He's
someone
next
to
in
do
line
something like
buy
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yo.
Next in
Yup.
line to buy it, and he's
Yup.
gonna change it to Yay. It's
Yeah.
gonna be called
You
Yay.
ain't
not
lying.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
Is
Yeah.
there like, speaking of music, is there a song that maybe you haven't walked out to that you're just like dying to, or is there a list of songs?
I got one. It's funny you say that. I got a Kanye song I'm gonna walk out to my next fight.
Dude,
Really?
I can't wait to hear that.
it's a new
Hell
one. It's a
yeah.
new one.
I hope it ain't the one that he just dropped. that one was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
That
yeah,
shit
it was.
wild.
Yeah, but it's also the hook is like I'm not allowed to say any of those words, but it's
Yeah.
like it's hook.
It's
Yep.
It gets you.
Yeah, it does.
Dude, I want to have at least one fight in my career, like MMA, of course.
Yeah.
But like I contemplate, do I have a serious song? Do I have a funny song?
Yeah.
Do you have a song that
like-
just the crowd is vibing
Yeah.
to?
That is like literally the most trickiest part.
Is it?
Yes, bro. They were asking me what was my song this last fight.
Yeah.
Like up until the last minute.
Yeah, you're still like trying to
like just scratching my head. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tough, dude.
Yeah,
I know this is a crazy one, but I've always like kind of wanted to walk out to Fancy by Reba McEntire.
That'd be a good one.
It's just like a hard pulling, like,
Yeah.
oh, he's about to fuck this dude up,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, there's been some crazy
Roy
ones.
Jones shit just goes so hard. Dude.
Roy
It's
Jones?
so hard to beat.
Yeah.
Roy Jones
yeah.
music.
Y'all want to know what I want?
I was just about to say Last
Mr. Big's got some hits.
Y'all know what I want to come out
dude.
to? I want to come out to it at a big stadium, though. I want to come out to Limp Bizkit.
My Way?
Yeah.
That's that.
Bro, that
That'd
gives
be
me
so
WrestleMania
dope.
chills,
I know,
dude.
bro. That'd be
That
so
would
dope,
be
bro.
awesome.
That'd be
Yeah,
dope,
you got to
bro.
do that.
Yeah,
for
that'd
sure.
be dope, bro.
Dude, it'd be sick if like you got to a point where you were so big that like you could talk to Fred Durst and be like,
Hey,
hey, walk me out.
Walk
What's
me
up,
out.
dog?
That'd be badass, bro.
what's up, dog?
That'd be insane.
That'd be
dude.
sick.
Dude, and I feel like nobody really does like quote unquote promos in boxing.
They
like
don't.
people might
They
do
don't.
call outs. I think the last person that was like super like you're glued to whenever he does talk on the mic was like Adrian Broner. Because
Yep.
he would say the craziest,
The
shit.
craziest shit. You ain't lying.
He's like, that's because I fucked your wife. He's
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Crazy,
In the
bro.
what?
Yeah, what?
Brush my hair.
He's like, I'm not going to lie. I'm cooked.
Yeah.
That shit got me
Pops,
cooked.
can you brush my hair?
Dude, he's so funny.
He's funny, dude.
He should for sure get into like acting or something. He
Yep.
is so funny.
He is. He is.
And he's got like I don't know, like there's people like we were just watching before we switched before we started the podcast, the Matty Matheson guy that was cooking. There's people that just have like an electric like
Yeah.
you're
They're
not
magnetizing.
attracted to them, but
Yep.
you're
Yep.
you're like
Yeah.
I gotta watch whatever
Yep.
is going on right now.
Yeah.
Adrian was like that kind of like on the mic
Yes,
person.
he was.
Anything
Yes,
he
was.
does, you're like, wait, what's he doing?
What's he
you just
doing?
have
Yep.
to, you know what I
Yep.
mean? You have to look.
Got to go back and listen to his interview. Shit like that.
Yeah,
He's a funny dude. He's
Yeah.
a funny guy.
Is there anything outside of boxing that people would be surprised that you really like? Like comedy or movies or
I breed
racing?
I breed dogs, man.
we
I love-
saw that, yeah.
I love dogs, man. I got a few dogs. I breed bullies and Frenchies.
How do
Yeah,
you
same.
let go of dogs when you're breeding them? Like once you have them, because I'm an animal person myself. It's
I'm
like
I'd
be like,
I'm a diehard animal
I'd be
lover
like, no,
myself.
not that one.
Yeah.
Well, wait, yeah, he's really cool though.
When somebody brings you, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Five.
That's
Five,
Yeah,
five,
you gotta
five
put-
plus grand. You
Yeah.
know what I mean. Yeah,
That's
you're
true.
like, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
And once you take care of them for 8 weeks, they're shitting and pissing all over your house.
Yeah,
and
you got 'em
all
when they-
over the back room. That I got a back room for them and stuff that
Word.
I got glassed in.
Yeah.
It's like their little hotel room.
Yeah. Yeah, but after that first 8
Oh
weeks
yeah,
of
man.
just it
I
being,
mean, I've whelped puppies before. I've whelped puppies for a month, and it is
what is that? Welting?
like whelping, like
Oh.
making sure they're eating all mom. Like when they first when they're first born.
Yeah.
Frenchies are so small. They're like this.
Wow.
So like you got to make sure they're on the mom and stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure they're make sure the mom's producing milk.
Yeah.
And they got to eat every hour or two, every hour and a half, 2 hours. So like I barely slept,
That's great.
Yeah.
barely. Me and my girl are rotating.
Yeah.
What got
rotating
you?
fucking shifts.
What got you into dog breeding?
I bought a Frenchie from Tim Vaughn. Shout out Tim, man, from Pitbull's Paradise. I bought a Frenchie. She's about 5. She's going on 6 years old now. So about 6 years ago, I bought a Frenchie, and just as she grew older, man, they just started getting real hot on the market.
Mm-hmm.
They got hot on the market real for a minute there. They got hot on the market real heavy, man, real heavy. So I just bought the female, and as she grew older, man, they just got hot on the market, and I just started breeding them. I just bred her. I actually bred her twice. She had 6 puppies for me the first time, and then she had 7.
What? I didn't know they could
Damn.
make that many from a little
she
dog.
she blessed me. She blessed me.
Whoa.
They usually don't have big litters like that.
That's
Holy
crazy.
It's not common for them to have big litters like that, but they can. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And she had 2 litters for me.
Damn.
A 7-piece and a 6-piece. So she blessed me, man. I probably made I made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Made some good money. And bought another one. Bought a bully. I got a bully. I stud him out. His name's Hefe.
He probably loves that.
Oh yeah. I stud him
He's
out.
like, what's going?
Yeah,
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
all the dog breeders around the city have bred to him. He's a nice bully, man. I'll show him to you real quick.
That's what a life.
This is $20,000. This is a $20,000 dog. Right
Does
here.
he have like a main girlfriend, or does he only stud out?
Yeah, he only stud. Yeah, he just studs out. Yep. He only studs
Damn.
out. That's him right there.
Whoa,
Holy.
brother's built.
He's like at your ankles. He's what you call a micro bully, an exotic bully.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he's
Little guy.
Bro,
Holy.
I promise he'll walk under this table.
Golly. He looks like he's. I mean,
Bro, you know what? That would just get me hype coming home. To all these dogs just like, what's up, boys? Oh!
And he's such a badass dog. And then I got him. I started studying him out, and then I bought a female bully. She passed away.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it hurts my heart. Rest in peace, T. And then I bought another Frenchie. Her name was Bubbles. I bought another female Frenchie. And she's had one litter, so she's had one litter for me so far.
Yeah.
I plan on breeding her one more time.
Is 2 like normal?
Two's normal. I've seen people breed them more than twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
That's
it
pretty.
just depends how the litters go for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't like overbreeding.
Yeah.
You know, I breed. Look, I'm a dog breeder, but I'm not one of them dog breeders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I take care of my dogs. My dogs are like family. And you know, just like I tell everybody, I take care of them and they take care of me. They bless me.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I honestly, truthfully believe that because, like y'all said, I'm just like y'all. I'm an animal lover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't do it for the dollar.
Yeah.
I do it because I love it. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work, but I do it because I love it. And you know, just like I said, I take care of them. I truthfully believe that I take care of them good. They have a good life. And they've blessed me too. I've made money doing it, but that's from me taking care of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because they gotta have a good life. They gotta be happy to have puppies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like dogs are just like humans, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the females are just like humans as well when they have puppies.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta keep them in a good environment. You know, a good happy environment.
Yeah.
They gotta be eating good.
Yeah.
You know, they gotta eat more than
Yeah.
what they usually eat. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's a learning process, man. I've learned a lot over the last about 5 years. I've done it too.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. I've had some ups and downs with it, but I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And that's one of my hobbies, man.
That's
One of my
dope.
hobbies. Yeah.
I
That's
love
tight.
learning more about that, like about you, about that.
Yep. It takes a lot of patience too. That's why I
Yeah.
like it too, because it takes a shitload of patience.
It probably teaches
want
you to
some
be a better
patience,
parent
dude?
too.
It does.
Like-
It does, man. It does. And again, teaches you patience. That's what you. I got a daughter too, 5-year-old daughter, and 3 dogs. I had 4, but 3 dogs now, and a daughter, 5-year-old daughter that keeps me on my toes, man. It requires a lot of
I
patience.
was about to say,
saw
that
you
sounds
running-
like long days, dog.
Oh yeah, dog.
I saw you running Blue Wahoos with her on a bike.
Yep.
I was like, dude, that's so cute.
Yeah,
That's
oh yeah.
cool.
oh,
Y'all are
yeah.
too cute
Yep,
together.
Yep. Oh
That's
yeah.
cool, man.
Yep.
Have you ever thought about, or let me ask this question before that one. Have you ever had a nickname?
Say it again.
Have you ever had a nickname like a
I
boxing?
haven't. People just call me Devil, man.
Devil?
Devil.
Oh, Devo.
Yeah, Devil.
Word.
Yep. He said Devil.
I thought you said
hold
devil.
on
I
now,
was
wait
like,
a minute.
damn, I don't know that side of you.
No. Now people call me Devo, man. Other than that, it's call me Devin. But people call me Devo that are real close to me. They just, what up, Devo?
Word. I was thinking like, obviously this stick or don't stick, it don't matter. But I was thinking like with the whole bully thing, like Devin the bully Cushing.
Yep.
With
Yeah,
your
I've
bullies.
thought about the devil, Devin the dog, Cushing. You know what I mean?
Dog's
So,
pretty sick, too.
You know,
Devin?
dog.
You seen that video where the dude's like talking about his football buddies?
Teammates?
Yeah, he's like, Martin? Dog.
It's funny.
Yeah, the whole
it
time.
Yeah, that's
Definitely
crazy.
dog.
Like tying all the things together, it feels like everything you do is very like community based. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of love and a lot of attention into everything you do.
Yep.
You're not really doing anything solo just for selfish
Nah,
reasons, you
man,
know?
nah.
Everything is very like
Yep.
everybody's gonna get taken care of.
100%, man. And same thing in the dog business too.
Yeah.
You know, anybody around town, I've dealt with 20 people around town with dogs, you know, around my town, around Pensacola with dogs, you know, but breeding the Hefe, you know, selling puppies to them, you know what I mean? My name's good. You know?
Yeah, I've never once heard anybody say anything negative about you
man.
or your family.
I try to, yeah, especially the community, man. Again, man, that goes back to Pensacola. I'm all for Pensacola.
Yeah.
It's Pensacola versus everybody, man. I just want to see the city thrive.
Dude, it's so good.
And it is thriving right now.
It's so cool.
I'm just trying to bring boxing back to the city, man. Big time boxing back. You know?
I feel like in my generation, our generation, there are a lot of people that are around my age that are kind of like against Pensacola as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are like ready to get out, ready to go, kind of not hate Pensacola, but are like ready to get it out of there.
I've heard it several times. You know, I can't wait to move from here, and it's like, man,
you gotta try to appreciate things.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
But it's so refreshing to see and hear somebody talk about that's like our age talk about the community and being stoked to see it thrive and
100%,
build
man.
it.
100%.
Because it's not like you hear a lot of old heads talk about it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But like you don't hear people that are our age talk about that shit. Which is like
for sure.
So cool.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I'm born and raised here, man.
Me too.
It's all I know.
Yeah.
It's all I know. So, any way to make it better, man. And again, you know, make us thrive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna be here for the.
There's a lot of really cool shit going on. Dude.
Man, I love Pensacola, man. We got we one of the nicest beaches in the world, man. Just,
dude.
You know, you gotta, like Cody said, you gotta learn to appreciate it, man. Cause you know there's a lot of stuff here that you can appreciate. You know, you can't look at the negative always. You know, you gotta bring the positives out of things.
Oh yeah, for sure. So. And your crew seems to be like people that do that. They seem
my dad. I've not always been like that, man. You
really?
know, man. I'm still a hothead. You know what I mean? A little bit. You know what I mean? But just
I see some of your story posts, and I'm like,
oh, for sure,
somebody pissed them off.
Oh, for sure. And I'm trying to get better at that. You know what I mean? And learn. You know, I'm getting older, more mature and wise. You know, but my dad has tried to teach me that. You know what I mean? Just trying to stay positive. You know, it's all about your attitude. You know what I mean? Shitty attitude, shitty results.
Yeah.
You know, positive attitude, positive results. It don't matter what's going on. You have to try and keep a positive attitude, man. You know, so that's what I've been working on lately, real hard. You know, the past few years of my life. You know what I'm saying? And I feel a little bit of change. You know?
For sure.
And that's what it's about, man. Again, just getting better every day.
Yeah.
You know, it's you versus you.
Well, say that again.
Well, not to dive too bad on the bad part, but what is like your number one pet peeve? I have a good pet peeve.
Oof, I got a lot of those.
What's your
number
one?
Just trying to be patient, man. I'm a very again, I'm a very impatient person. You know what I mean? I've had to work on that for the last few years, man. You know, trying to be more patient. You know, Big Roy always used to tell me, man, is it always sticks with me. He always told me, it's not your world, son. You just live in it. And when you think about that, that's deep.
Yeah. Super.
Damn
very
right,
deep.
Dude.
You know, it's not our world. We do just live in it. So you know, everything's not gonna go your way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
What you sound like you got one that's ready to.
Well, if you had a specific one, I was just gonna go based off of that thing that I told you before, the no thing, where you're at a restaurant. Like you're at a restaurant.
I'm trying to think of a pet peeve
like,
I got too.
Like a restaurant that cooks real fresh food, not like you're going to like Applebee's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we went to a Mexican restaurant.
So not no frozen food. They're putting it in the fryer.
It's not
no, like they're
bag
making
stuff.
everything fresh to order.
Yep.
And I was just asking if I could get these steak tacos, which on this taco was just steak, the tortilla itself, and cilantro. And I don't deal with cilantro. I can't stand that shit at all.
Really?
Yeah, it tastes like soap or whatever to me.
He's got that cilantro gene, dude. I know.
But I was like, can I just not have the cilantro, and then can I get a chipotle sauce and cheese? And they said no. And I was like, but
Cody doesn't like being told no.
which look, and it's I'm saying this story like I was an asshole to this dude, and I was not. But in my mind, as soon as he walked away to me, I was like, how you going to say no? What do you mean? I came in here with money. What are we doing?
One question. Did he end up giving you the cheese and the
Yes, he did, but it's like...
On the side.
Did he not mean to tell you no?
No, what he said... he said no, but what I guess was the workaround was like, you can get the taco, but then you just have to order cheese and sauce on the side. So you could have just said yes, and you could have just brought it to me and just put it on the receipt separately, however needed to be done. But it's like when somebody says no, like say you go to Starbucks, hey, can I get this drink but the ice on the side? No. All right. Close. Shut down then. What do you mean no? Charge me for the thing I'm asking for. Don't say no. Just say, yeah, that'll be $1 more or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not a rich person, but I'm just saying, like, it can be done.
Pay for that ice, though.
Money can provide the... I'm not asking you to get a heart transplant from, like, Africa over here. I'm asking for ice on the side.
Just give me the tacos with the stuff
what do you
on the
mean
side.
no?
Yeah.
They make it complicated.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I want to interact with you less than I'm already doing, and I don't want it to be negative either. I just want it to be positive, and us to never even. I want to be somebody you don't even think of.
I think for them the problem, they were like, man, he's gonna ruin those tacos with that cheese and that sauce.
No, that is for real. When I asked it, you could tell him
100%.
he kind of did the thing like, but it won't taste good.
Yeah.
What?
He was like, why?
And I was like, I know, and I'm sorry to ask this.
See, at least you're starting to understand the things you ask for.
No, and I get sometimes what I say and ask for. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's cool. Yeah. I'm like, hey, can you order for us, right? You know what I like. Don't make me do this.
That's wild.
And then like, is there something that just instantly happens that can immediately turn you around from having a bad moment or a day, or like, to me, if like you pull up expecting like, boom, there's a spot. But you expect like something that you're just like,
I got you.
That just put me in like maybe you're not even in a bad mood.
Can I tell you one of my
something
pet peeves?
Something just immediately pulls you in a good mood.
Can I tell you one of my pet peeves is bad parking.
I hate that.
And I hate that it affects me so much, but you pull into a parking lot and there's somebody that's pulled like halfway into the spot.
Yep.
Sitting out in the lane or whatever, or like all the way over across the line, it just drives me nuts. It drives me.
Don't ever try to park in Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby parking lot. Dude, it's too close to itself.
This Grocery Advantage
Small
up here too.
Oh, that too.
This is the worst. I don't know why, but like you go in there and you're dodging cars to get into, and it's like, what in the?
Oh, here's a number one pet peeve. Here's another really good one. You're standing in line and you have ice cream. You're, like maybe it's just one item, and the like lady checking out or guy checking out is checking the people out, but they're going slow and they're like, oh, he's got ice cream. They mention that you have ice cream. They can see it melting. It's nighttime. And like maybe you want that ice cream that night.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think I'm buying this for tomorrow? It's supposed to be for tonight.
Yeah.
Like he'll put it in the freezer when he gets home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
that shit turned into milk by the time he gets home.
They just look at me and they're like, that's for tomorrow now.
That's funny.
Watch this. I'm gonna take my time, so you have to wait to eat that ice cream.
Like I asked for the pet peeve turnaround thing because like I don't have a daughter or a son or any kids.
Yeah.
Is there like something like she could say a quote to you?
Oh man, definitely. Just so she likes slime. Lately.
Kids like that.
Oh
shit.
yeah,
bro.
okay.
And it yes, I have a pet peeve on that. It is like, don't get her slime. I've told my mom, I've told my dad, like, do not buy her slime at the store because she's got it stuck. I've had to literally pull the glass up out of my living room table and like scrape damn slime up out of the table that's gotten stuck in the creases, like the crevices. It's like just annoying, man. Just no more slime. No more slime.
No more slime at the house.
It gets everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I'm afraid of her dropping it on the floor, dogs getting it.
Ooh,
yeah. Stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could
I try to be
careful.
careful. Yeah, just try to
Everywhere.
be careful with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Kind of off topic from the pet peeve thing, but I noticed like your last ring gear was Timberwolves kind of color scheme.
Uh-huh.
Like you're wearing the shirt color scheme now. Was that by design? Like you liked the
This
Timberwolves?
this was actually that outfit. These shirts are new. I just had these made.
Yeah.
That outfit, that white, green, and purple outfit that I wore in Biloxi, that was from the Roy Jones Jr. and Anthony Pettis card in Milwaukee at the Bucks Arena. Bucks colors.
Word. Okay, because
Milwaukee Bucks colors.
I literally said to RJ, I was like, it looks like he doesn't want to sweat in that. Because that fight was so fast. I was like, he wants to wear those again.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Badass outfit.
For sure. I was
Badass
like,
outfit. Yeah.
Is there another color scheme that maybe you haven't touched yet that you're like, I can't wait to pull out like the
I've actually wore all my outfits, but I plan on for August 6th. I'm supposed to fight again August 16th, and I plan on getting another outfit for that one. I don't know what color scheme I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna rock those all white Mizunos again, but work off the all white.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
Fresh.
I don't know what I'm gonna go.
Dude,
yet.
speaking
I was
of
thinking,
that,
I was thinking maybe like some summer colors, like some pink, some white,
sick.
maybe some pink and yellow and white, something like that.
Dude, one day you should fight in the what is it called now? It's not Superdome no more. What'd you call it last time?
It is the Caesars Superdome.
Okay, you should fight in there with New Orleans colors.
That'd be bad.
Black and gold?
Black and gold.
Bro, get out of here.
I got a black and gold fit actually.
Yeah.
I got a black and gold fit.
Dude,
I actually need to pull that one out. That's funny you say that. I haven't pulled that one out. That was like my third professional fight, and I haven't wore that one again.
Interesting.
might be time.
Yeah.
Big idea, guys.
Speaking of wearing the white off those, did you see the new Nike Air Force Ones that are coming out?
You talking about the ones that come dirty?
They come dirty.
Have you seen
But the
these?
more you wear them, they get cleaner.
Really?
They like
It's because it has it comes dirty looking, and it's supposed to break off,
Really?
and it's
Yeah.
a brand new white shoe underneath. But it looks like you've worn it for like 5 years
pull a
already.
picture of 'em up.
And they look sick, and I've seen the people like scuffing them to see what'll happen, and it does come out like a crispy pair of Air Force Ones.
Really?
They look dope. Like they even look dope, the dirty kind that comes out.
Yeah, they. Oh shit! It is weird the way.
That's weird how it goes backwards.
Yeah,
But-
because they do make them like where it'll be like a plain white, and you wear them and it becomes like blue and red
Yeah,
because
blue
there's a
and
paint
red.
scheme underneath or something.
Yeah.
That like they did a couple of these with like dunks and stuff where
Yeah.
you would scratch away and it would be a different color underneath, but they come like that. They come like yellowed almost, and then underneath it's
That's what it's called, the dirty triple white.
yeah.
Yes, that's the exact shoe.
That's
Wild.
weird.
Yeah,
Looks good though.
yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
like it dirty.
yeah. There are. It's crazy that people will buy like
I like
hundreds
the
of
like
these things.
Yeah.
mocha looking
Yeah.
outsole.
Yep.
You know what I mean? How it's
Same.
kind of already
Same.
like
Dude, the customization market for like anything nowadays, like I'm pretty sure it was somebody just did Cade shoes like a few fights ago.
Yes. Yep.
It's like that kind of
That
artistic like
yep.
mindset of like, yo, I'm gonna make these shoes like nothing else.
100%.
The cleats in NFL or like even in college football,
Go crazy,
Bro.
bro.
insane.
The gloves.
dude. I love the
The
yeah.
gloves.
Me too,
too,
bro.
yeah.
Once
Where
they figured out
do
that, yeah,
yep. That was badass.
Yeah.
that's gnarly,
Crazy
dude.
shit. Crazy shit. But yeah, those are some weird Air Force Ones, but
Definitely some weird.
I
ones,
can understand where like I said, they had some of the dunks back in the day that you could do
Yep.
that with.
Yep.
Like the Empire State of Minds, I think, or the Empires or whatever they were called, or Statue of Liberties.
Those
Also-
are one of my favorite.
You could
Yes.
they were, I can't remember if they were gray before and then you wiped away and it was green
Yep.
or something like that. But that was kind of the first ones back in the 2000s.
There's
they
also
started
a
doing it.
pair that Muhammad used to have, but they weren't Air Force Ones. They were the Air Maxes, and it was like they were like corduroy or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about the Witherspoon.
Yes, and I
ones.
think you could like scrape the corduroy, and it would
Yeah.
become a different color corduroy underneath.
Something like that.
For the
Yeah.
level of creativity. I mean, looking at some of the boxing walkouts, like from the past, like heavyweights for sure, because it would just. I mean, Deontay Wilder wearing that like.
Crazy Iron Man suit or whatever.
That
he had
80-pound
on.
vest or
Yeah,
whatever it
yep,
was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the mask and everything.
Have you
right?
ever thought about going over the top with a walkout, like as far as like clothing?
Not like that. I don't want to wear nothing heavy out.
Yeah. You ever want to be carried out with a chair or,
That'd be dope.
or in a
That'd be dope.
cage?
Yeah.
I've
Like
always
Hannibal Lecter. Just
I've
like-
always dreamed of that. Remember when Floyd Mayweather was carried out? Who was he fighting? He might have been fighting Toro Gotti. Was one of them. It was a Toro Gotti, but he was getting carried out on the chair, and he had the. I think the Toro Gotti fight, he was just in the black,
Mayweather carried out for a fight.
and then the other one, he was in like the.
This is like not.
He was in like the gladiator suit.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah.
And this was that was a terrible.
Yeah, that was a
wording, I
great
guess.
search right there, dude.
I should have did walkout.
Yeah, do Floyd Mayweather walkout.
Floyd Mayweather walkout. Do you ever plan on doing like exhibition or anything after boxing?
Maybe if the money's right, maybe.
Madonna, maybe.
Go do Floyd Mayweather King Chair walkout. Do that and see if it'll come up. I guarantee it'll probably come up if you did that.
Floyd Mayweather King Chair walkout. That's gotta be. Dude, who fucking knows? I am dog shit at like doing these searches.
It was definitely against, I think, Arturo Gotti though.
I don't know, but it's also cool that he's had so many like major artists.
Oh yeah,
like,
I mean he
bring
used
him
to,
out.
he used to walk out with 50 Cent.
Yeah, did you see that Dustin Poirier? You know who Dustin Poirier is?
Yep.
So his retirement
One of my
fight.
favorite UFC fighter.
Crazy. His retirement fight is this. What, June?
June 29th, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
I think so. And he's trying to get Lil Wayne.
To walk him out.
Bro,
I want to go to that. I
That'd
want to
be
go
so-
to that. I want to go to that. I want to go
But
see
you're
him
so
fight.
big, you shouldn't even have to pay you.
I know,
Like,
man.
Devin's
I
here,
know.
brother.
I
Let
know,
him in.
man. I know, man.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Dude.
Holler at
I wanna
holler at
go
Dean,
so
get
bad
some
to
tickets,
tickets,
for
dude.
real, man. For real.
That's gonna be a cool fight. That's gonna be such a cool
Yeah,
fight.
and
Yeah, it
if
is.
you could
Just
go
to be
to
a
just
part
be
of
in the
it.
It is.
environment.
I know.
Bro.
And we bring this up way too much on the podcast, but we went to New Orleans for, I think, a stand-up show or something.
Yeah.
And we went, I don't even know if it was for more than a day, but we got there early in a day. And the entire weekend, I think it was a Friday, Lil Wayne dropped Carter 5.
Mm-hmm.
And we were there Saturday, like for a show. I mean, everything was playing. Taxis, the radios outside the shops and stuff, inside the
playing it?
shops.
Everybody.
Was playing Carter 5.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Like you'd be walking down like around Bourbon or whatever. You're walking down and people are driving by with their windows down playing Carter 5. Like out
the only
window.
place they didn't play it,
It
that we were
was-
there, we went to a place called Pesh.
Yeah, it was like a.
It's a
restaurant.
fancy like
Yeah.
button up. Like, I mean, we went like this because
Yeah,
we're
for sure,
ourselves.
for sure.
But that was the
Yeah.
only place not playing it. But it's like they're playing like violins and shit.
Yeah.
Every other like any store you walked into was playing Carter
Crazy.
5. Like everybody's got their hands out that would like banging the album. It was the coolest shit. Just to
That's wild,
see
bro.
New Orleans like
Yeah.
put on
Yeah.
for a weekend. I mean, it was crazy.
So imagine
dude.
like you being able to fight in a city that is like, say you get big, you go away, and then maybe one day you come back and fight at the Civic Center, like under like for a title or something.
Yep.
Everybody's wearing DC shirts, like
It'd be so
just
Yeah, dude.
bro.
It'd be so badass,
fucking
bro.
awesome, dude.
That's
It
the
already
dream,
feels
bro.
like that when you fight. It already
Yeah.
feels like holy shit, he's fighting again.
Yup.
Yeah.
Like it's dope to see live and to know like people are gonna look back and be like, dude, that was the golden days. Like
Nah, that
remember
was
when
badass.
we're in those days
Yeah.
now.
That's badass, man.
Hell
It's
yeah,
badass.
It's crazy to feel that and see that up close.
Yeah, it is.
Good shit.
Is there anything you want to shout out before we get out of here? Like, do you want to shout out your bully business?
No, man. No.
No?
Good. No.
You can. We don't care.
No, we good. We good.
Okay.
We straight.
Sweet.
I appreciate y'all.
hell
fucking-
yeah.
Yeah, dude, we love
For
having
sure,
you
bro.
I
on.
really appreciate y'all.
It's
been
awesome
good
watching
shit,
you
dude.
fight, as always.
I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all being fans of me
Hell
too,
yeah,
man.
dude.
For real.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
come to the gym anytime.
Hell yeah.
You come check us out, bro.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
we'll have you just like
I'll let
dummy
y'all-
us for
I'll-
a round. Just play
Yeah,
around.
This is
no,
what's
it ain't nothing
up.
like
Yeah.
that, man. Y'all come up there and hang
I'd be
out.
like, $100 says neither one of us gets to touch
Oh,
him.
man, y'all
Don't even touch him.
100 bucks, neither one of us walks out.
Nah, bro, y'all come up there and y'all hang out. Y'all come check us out.
Yeah,
Watch it.
dude.
Watch us one night. You know what I mean?
Hell
The
yeah.
real competition is who will last longer without dropping to a knee. Because
That's a-
obviously he's going to hurt us.
That's,
But
yeah.
who can stay longer? And we're just like,
Yeah.
no, fuck.
Dude,
no.
it's gonna be tough. It's
You're
gonna be
like, I'm
tough,
going to give you a
dude.
20. Go easy on me. Kill him.
We'll have to put Saban in this.
Oh,
dude.
oh,
Oh,
Dude.
dude, I don't want no problems with you. I'm okay. That was a joke. But
Oh,
before
shit.
we get out of here, if you want to take a marker and sign the wall,
Yeah, dude. Sign the wall of
any of
fame,
the
baby.
any of the colors, if it's got a silver bottom, you just got to shake it a little bit before you write on the wall. But before we get out of here, Johnny Mumbles Tattoo Studio, downtown Sacred Grounds. He is the guy if you want to get tattooed. Amazing work. If you want to get a tattoo of anything, like if
All of
you finish out your sleeve, you want to get.
I need to cover up actually, so I need to go down.
Oh,
there.
dude, we got to get you there.
got
though.
Cool.
We got
cool.
the-
Dude, he would love to
Homie.
tattoo you. I
Cool.
promise
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Like he'd love to be like
But-
locked in with you.
He
I really
also
need y'all-
has-
I really need y'all to link me up.
He
I need
also
to
has
cover up.
the coolest studio coolest.
It overlooks
tattoo studio.
the 3 Mile Bridge.
It's
Really?
you know where the old Rolls Royce used to be parked in front of those like little
still
townhome
parked
looking
there.
things.
Yes.
It's one of those.
Really?
It's the coolest spot. Yeah,
Really?
and his studio looks right over the bridge
That's
in the bay.
badass.
Super sick. And if you're getting your arm done, you could literally be sitting in the chair watching the bridge.
Yeah.
Shit,
Sunset,
that's
whatever
awesome.
you want to do.
Cool.
It's a cool
Sounds
spot.
cool with me.
Got to
Yeah.
get on the books at Johnny Mumbles on Instagram and at Sacred Grounds Tattoo Studio. Amazing stuff. Go look at their portfolio. Check out their videos, their reels, all that stuff. It's crazy. They also have touring artists come through. They're about to have one, I think, in the next week or so. But check it out. Tune into Devin's fights.
Yeah.
Is your next one off the hook too?
My next one is supposed to be on Off the Hook, August 16th in Biloxi, Mississippi. Ooh. Yeah, at the Biloxi Civic Center. I'm actually supposed to be fighting a decent guy, 15-3 from Tampa. So
It's Biloxi Civic Center?
yes.
It's not Hard Rock?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
That's dope. Either way, both venues fucking slap.
Yep.
That's gonna be
Both
sick.
venues are nice. Very nice.
Hell yeah.
Very.
Biloxi Civic Center is nice too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Dude, it kind of
I
feels
like
like
the seating.
royal.
Up.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the seating up top and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've had a few people mention that they like that seating.
Yeah,
It's neat. It's neat.
Yeah.
It's cool to be able to see over and feel like, dude, I'm like really close. to
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
like right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's really cool.
But we love you guys.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude! Thanks again
Appreciate
for
y'all
coming on.
having me
Seriously,
again,
bro.
man.
It's been
Thank y'all,
awesome.
brother.
Seriously,
Hey,
Y'all keep doing what y'all are doing.
Tell your
yeah,
dad we
dog.
said, hey,
We will,
Woodrow,
for sure.
cool
for sure.
ass people.
Yeah.
100%.
Hell yeah.
100%.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee!
Yee.